Reverend Rob Lee. Bold, smart, and straight to the point. This is Tarot with an Attitude.
Hey everybody, what's happening? Welcome back. Monday evening, Tarot with an Attitude. I'm your host, the Reverend Rob Lee. Wow, bangerang. Okay, tonight, a lot of people in. Glad to see it. Things moving, see what's going on. A couple of people already set up. We'll find out what's happening. Hey, I don't know about Wednesday night or not. Bridget and I haven't talked. Look for the post. If the post is there, we will be meeting Wednesday night, okay? This Thursday night, we're going to finish up with a few people that were doing the tarot, the one-on-one tarot class thing. So let's do that. We'll meet with them. We'll finish up. We're going to be doing some neat stuff and having some fun with that. So be ready. All right, everybody. Wow, Merry Christmas. What's going on? You know what? Today, right now, in lovely New Hampshire, yeah, we're covered in white. Everything's pretty. I love it. Looks like we're going to get more on Tuesday. It's going to space out and very well could have a white Christmas. That would be absolutely phenomenal for me. Would be my first white Christmas. So keep my fingers crossed, saying my prayers. He's checking his list, checking it twice. All right. And I have to be careful. Gillian says I can't be naughty. So, that's hard for me. All right. But welcome. We're going to see what happens at any rate. And so it is 13 degrees outside right now. I saw where Cynthia said she was in a t-shirt earlier today. Yeah, that's not happening. Inside it's happening, but not outside. So, 13 here in southern New Hampshire. And everything is getting ready to go. So, our most gracious and loving Heavenly Father, the Divine Mother, thank you for giving us everything that you've given us. Thank you for allowing us to come to you, to talk to you, to speak with you. And thank you for talking back. Open our hearts and mind. Make sure I am connected to you so that your messages come through and not mine. And it's going to be very important that your message comes through. And with all that, protection all around the house, white shield of protection. Michael, spread your armies out. Keep everybody safe. Nothing allows to touch us that's not of the light or of our higher good. So mote it be. All right, here we go. So let's see what's happening. Donna, good to see you. Glad you were here. Yadi, Cynthia, Deborah. Wow. All right. A lot of things coming in. Let's take a look at what's going on here up front and find out what's happening. So, Cynthia, Rev Rob, would you ask Spirit what I need to know about my dream? I don't mind answering questions here. We are all family. Yes, there's a lot I've been going through. I've got a lot on that, okay? I can give you we're going to pull some cards on it. We'll pull 3 cards for you real quick. But I'd like to talk to you in person about it. It might go a little deeper than what we want to do here online, okay, and whatnot. So maybe right after the show, we can have a little chat. But you know what? I've got some questions, and I wanted to find out, number one, in this whole situation, okay, you're sure that the room was not your bedroom, that it was somewhere else, whether it be a house, whether it be a hotel room, things like that, because that's significant. And then there was something else I want to ask. Made my notes, lost them upstairs, okay? But the husband laying on the bed, just laying there, doing anything, making eye contact. I want to find out about that. Who was he making eye contact with? That's going to be important. Was the bed completely made? I know clothes were folded, and on top of the bed, was the bed completely made? These are some questions that came to me while we're going through this. So let's go ahead and bring this in, all right? Bring this in right here, and let's find out, Spirit, without going into this whole thing, okay, Cynthia's wanting to know it's some guidance. One of the things I feel, Cynthia, here is that you're going to be, one of the things you're dealing with is a little insecurity, okay? Not meaning you're wrong. Have you seen changes in your husband? Have things happened where things are, all right, good deal. All right. Have you seen odd behaviors or things that are making you scratch your head? Those would be the other questions I have. Because what this dream reeks of to me is almost like a fear of being replaced, or just something's way out of whack here, okay? And he's not being himself, he's not his normal self, and your subconscious might be picking up on it, on some other actions. And number two, that whole security thing about, is there a younger woman involved? Is something in this? Because there's so many things in that dream that pop up, okay? That, but this is on your subconscious, okay? It's not trying to tell you what's happening, but it's letting you know your fears. So we're going to pull some cards, okay? And that long drive is that feeling of he's going to walk out in his responsibility. There's a lot of security there. When you throw your grandson and the dog in the car, crying grandkids, and the dog relates to loyalty, things like that, where he's limping and your grandchild is crying. These are all fearful things and whatnot. I've got a little bit of a write up here for you. I want to take a look and see what's happening. But yeah, there's a lot of subconscious stuff in there. So let's take a quick look here with 3 cards of what Cynthia needs to know about this dream. And Cynthia, the first thing we got is the devil. Wow. You know what? The devil here is something you've got to break your chains from. This could very well be something you've tied yourself to, where you are not letting go of fears of abandonment. And that's a big thing here, especially with the way I got the more in-depth version of this dream. And, this is something here where you need to understand you can change this, but it's going to be on you. It's not going to be on somebody else. We have the Page of Wands, and lo and behold, we have somebody searching through the woods. This is that younger spirit again, finding passion. Do you feel your husband could be going through a midlife crisis or something of that nature, where this is going to cause problems, and then all of a sudden you're going to be left holding the bag with wanting to take care of your grandkids, taking care of everything, but there's an inner weakness wondering, am I going to be able to handle it all? If he goes later or changes in the surroundings. Finally, what we have here, you know what? Spirit's saying right now, 4 of Swords, a new base, a new solid base mentally. Let this go. Don't overthink it. Rest. Ask questions. This is going to be a big part of communicating. Don't jump to conclusions. Do not do anything other than observe and communicate in a very calm manner. Your subconscious and some of these subconscious fears could be taking this a little far out of control, okay, in some fears. And what this is saying is hold tight. Everything's going to be okay. Reserve your strength for a battle that matters. This battle is not there. So that's what I'm hearing is a lot of this is deep-seated fear, deep-seated things that have to do with some other things, and fear about what's coming, what's going on, the dog being loyalty. Is there a loyalty thing? And with the dog limping, that's talking about the loyalty part being injured or whatnot. So I want you to just breathe for me right now, okay? And that's what I've got right here for this right now, okay? Because this is what I'm really seeing. And in your question, what I need to know about my dream. This is the important card, okay? There are things that's happening you're afraid of that you can take care of them, all right? One, getting lost in the woods, wandering around, being abandoned, okay, is huge. Number 2, can you find your way out? Are you going to be able to survive this or anything else? Number 3, remember, this is your dream. It doesn't mean it's reality, okay? This could just be fears surfacing themselves. Wow, bang rang. I'm going to talk to you afterwards, okay? So unless you want to do it tomorrow, be ready to text, and we will go from there. Okay. Wow. Bangarang. Woo. Some wild stuff, dreams, things like that. It's all very heavy and could be, and could actually be things that were just, once we grab hold of things, people, and we start giving it, it buries itself deep down. Sometimes we think we've got closure, but your mind hasn't totally let go of it yet. And that very well could be what's happening here. So don't just, man, we've all had those dreams where we woke up, thought they're real. I woke up in tears, crying, and woke up ready to fight. Things like that, because they're so real. All right. And that's the big message from Spirit here, Cynthia, is, make sure, don't act rash right now. Okay? All right. Bangarang. Yachty, let's see what we got going here. Hey, Rev, I applied to a director of outreach. Good. They reached out for me to complete questions about my career. They let me know they are reviewing. Will they follow up for an official interview? Thank you. All right, let's find out. Let's just ask. I'm going to bring out an amethyst. You see if this is the one. Feel like this isn't the one. Hold on. Oh, everything's talking to me here. Let's go here. All right. I don't know why. I don't use this one that much, but we're going to go right here. So, Spirit. Oh, Pendulum. Will you work with me this evening? Yes. Do you need cleaning? No, we're good to go. All right. Yachty got contacted. They reached out for her to complete questions about her career. They're reviewing the application. Will they follow up for an official interview? I don't know if you can see it. It's yes. Okay. One of the things I'm get through the holidays. Let's see, things happen. A lot of things, they don't do these through the holidays, or they get ready, or they get rushed. Now, it was not a very powerful yes, but it was a yes. So they may be getting back with you. Let's find out what you need to know about this, and we will go from there. Hold on just 1 second. All right. Andrew, I see you there. I'll get to you in just a minute. All right, Yachty. What do you need to know about this job, this interview thing coming? Let's find out what's happening, okay? With the interview. Right out of the gate, the first thing you need to go, death. A lot of that means something old could be going away, and this is very positive. If you're looking to change, this is a sure sign that change is coming. Is it this job? I don't know, okay? But what I'm seeing is there's definitely something old going away, some making way for something new. So if that's what you're looking for, this is very positive. Wow. You don't get any stronger cards for change than these two cards. These are both major arcana cards. I would love to hear what happens. We have the Wheel of Fortune. This is going to be something that could be making you a little more money. It might be a little more stable, but things change. Everything's changing. So yes, you're looking at some big changes coming your way, and you need to be ready for it and understand what to do, okay? So get your list of questions when they call you back and find out. Don't stop putting in, because this is telling me if it's not this one, there's something out there for you. Wow. Banger. Okay. Yachty, that's cool. All right. Some people don't understand. You can be happy to see the death card. Sometimes it's telling you just what you need to hear. Something's coming to an end and something new is starting. Andrew, what have we got here? What message does Spirit want me to know for the holidays? Here we go. What message does Spirit want Andrew to know for the holidays? What message does Spirit want Andrew to know for the holidays? All right, here we go, Andrew. Let's see what's happening here. One more shuffle. Then we'll do the cut. What message does Andrew need? What's Spirit bringing? All right, let's see what we've got here real quick, Andrew. We got the Lover's card. Andrew, are you in a relationship or looking to be in a relationship? And you can just pop that in down there or whatnot. But this is having something to do with a relationship that's coming up. Now, it may not be a romantic relationship, but kind of getting that tickle that this could be, that there's some relationship issue coming up. And this is going to require commitment. It's going to require close. This is something you're going to want to work very diligently on. Do it right. Okay. If you're ever going to do one right, do this right. Whatever this means, whatever's coming up. We have the Knight of Wands. You know, the Knight of Wands talks about moving forward, but it also talks about needing help in moving forward. You know what? And this might be one of those things where somebody's coming into your life that might help you find some direction or get everything moving in the right way, because that Knight of Wands is taking action on something within your spirit, within your soul, within your will. What is there something you want to accomplish? So this is something here. This is looking very good, that somebody may be coming in to give you a hand. Somebody may be coming in. Things may be changing. You might need to lend a hand to somebody, and this is all going to come out into some type of relationship issue, but it's going to be good. Make sure you're leaving every past trauma out of it. Take this new and at face value. There's a whole world out there. If you've got walls up because of this past trauma, you need to drop them. Let that go. Okay? Over, done with, gone. And Andrew, look here. Once you let that drop, we have the Empress bringing new and beautiful things and creating things into your life. Okay? So that's what I see. And that's what's going on for the holidays. So, man, let us know what that comes out to be, you know, and what's happening. Love to hear more about that. Okay? So, y'all remember down below in the description of the video where it says more, click on that. All of my links are right down in there. And folks, you can hear these, watch them again on YouTube. You can see these. You can hear the audio portions of them on Podbean, on iHeartRadio. All the biggies were there. Make sure you're checking out the podcast, because I will move this one over to it as well. Some new things coming and things like that. So make sure you check it out. Everybody, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share everything that's going on right now. Okay? So I would appreciate that. If you could share it with one person, if everybody just shared this with one person, it would help this go even further. All right? So, wow. Dang right. Glad everybody could be here and see what's going on. All right. Let's go here. All right. Let me see who all's kicking. No new questions yet. All right. Everything going. Seeing what's happening. Toys and Tarot in Bangarang. Hey, tribe. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Y'all have been on the move, driving around, looking at all over different places. Good to see you. Welcome. Did someone make the bed and now they're laying in it? Little bit. Remember, I gave you a short version. I don't know if Cynthia put the whole thing in there. That could be it, but there's way more to this than what's going on, and way more than I wanted to. You know, let's see what's happening. So, you know, okay, got it. I'm really okay, not upset, just confused. Perfect. And it would be confusing, especially those real dreams with real people. And folks, when we talk about dreams, I want you to understand every dream is not a message from God. Okay? When you have a weird dream, okay, of things that wouldn't happen, things that are weird, things that are far out, sometimes that's just your brain doing different things, okay? Because the part of your brain that tells you when something's real and something's not real is in sleep when you go into REM state, and that part goes to sleep. So you can't separate the reality. That's why we wake up from these sometimes. The dreams like Cynthia had, that everybody was very real. The faces are very clear. Nothing like chasing King Kong or any of that kind of stuff. All very natural occurrences except the one incident, okay? These are the dreams. When you get up, if you remember them, write them down, because these details stick with you. And those are the ones that could be messages. Now, not everything is a message from spirit. It could be a message from your subconscious that spirit is allowing you to finally see and to understand you still have trauma and things that you have to deal with. Okay. We thought we had things like that, but it doesn't mean it's all just gone. Okay. So that's going to be very, very important. And let's see what's going on and find out what's happening. So real quick, this synopsis, I would like to talk to you, Cynthia, in way more detail because there was a lot of great detail and I got a lot of notes written down. Okay. So let's talk afterwards. So, Donna, wow, may I please have a message from Spirit for the month of December? Thank you. Absolutely. Glad to see you. Wow. All right. So, Donna is having, I got my Christmas Bigfoot shirt on, everything, penguins and Bigfoot. Come on. That's my Christmas right there. All right. So, Donna wants a message about the rest of December for herself. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Add to stage. There we go. And let's see what's happening. One more shuffle for Donna. We're going to do a cut. And then we're going to see what's happening. Okay. Donna, we got a great card here, the Queen of Cups. Okay. This is talking about, and I want you to understand something here. This is very important. Okay. The Queen of Cups talks about that mothering, nurturing, caring nature, that part of you that with love, joy, and taking care of yourself emotionally. But make no mistake about it, this is about you taking care of you, looking internal. Our queens and the pages are generally more internal. The knights and the kings are external. So we have a queen here. Okay. Now, I don't know why I just got this. Have you been thinking of or getting maybe messages or concerned about a woman that a motherly figure that may be has already ascended and is trying to talk to you and find something out? I'd love to know what's going on. Let me know. So this person could be there, somebody trying to make touch with you. That just came in, that they want you to know it's all okay and to take care of yourself. Nobody takes care of you like you. Okay. And that's one of the important things here. So what we've got now, look, and there's that Page of Swords. Okay. The Page of Swords is here, and there's that young spirit that's wanting you to say that there's something you're going through. One of the things I would get here, the message is you might be going through some type of circumstance or some situation throughout the rest of December. Emotionally, take care of yourself, take the high path, but look at it logically, study it. Don't make any quick assumptions, okay? This Page of Swords is here to say, whoa, I got to figure the details out and get into the mental, the analytical aspect of your conscience. Donna, what we have here is temperance. Take this situation, balance it. What are you going to do? Okay. Where are you going to go? And you're going to have that balance between the emotional state and the mental state, and everything's going to be fine. Yes, look, there we go. Knight of Coins. This is something coming in. You might even have some resources coming in, some new resources coming at you, some different ways to figure things out. Okay. But we have a lot of movement here, and look at all of these cards that are royalty cards. Okay. So the Knight here, again, somebody's helping you. This is in your financial thing. I'm really getting, you need to move on something. There's something you need to go, but you need to rely on some people for some advice, but make sure they're the right people. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Uncle Bob may have a great idea and a great mind. Doesn't mean he's the right person to give you advice on this, especially if it's in the financial world. Okay. So I see this. I see nurturing, taking care of yourself, remembering you don't have to take care of everybody else all the time. I want you to remember it's okay to take care of you. All right. And do that. Slow down, look at what's happening, and then make a decision from a very strong standpoint. But do make a decision. All right. One of the things I'm getting there is there's a decision that's going to have to be made, and Spirit's saying it's going to be bad if you don't make a decision. All right. So that's what we've got. Okay. Bangerang. Let me know. Keep me posted. You know, I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. All right, everybody. Glad to see everybody here and see what's happening. All right, here we go. Let me see what I kind of got lost here. Hog witching. Love the name. I have a question, Reverend Rob. What does Spirit want or need me to know to be able to change? That is a fantastic question. All right. And a lot of people need to look at that. So, hog witching, let's take a look here and ask. Spirit wants to know, hog witching wants to know what she needs to be focusing on in order to make whatever change it is she's trying to make. So let's take a look at that. Okay. Let's take a very strong look at that. And here we go. Hog witching. Okay. One more final shuffle and a cut. And let's see what's going on. Wanting to make a change, what do you need to focus on? Okay. What does she need to know? And here we go. All right. Right out of the gate, judgment. Okay. You're talking about change. I want to bring this comment down. You're talking about change, and we got the 20. Okay. 2, partnership, duality. And some of this could be within yourself. And what I'm seeing is there is some old you still have to let go of. You're stumbling a little bit with new thought process, new communication, new communicating with Spirit, but there's something still in there that's holding on to the past. And that's how you're going to be able to achieve this next level right before and kind of an enlightenment into whatever you're looking for. But as you go to change in this spirituality aspect and see what's happening, all right, there's going to be something you have to let go of, because this is what we've got. Somebody's trying to ascend, but they're clinging and they're stuck in the rock. All right. We got, the 10 of Swords. This isn't always bad. All right. It can look bad when we're talking about this. Are there people you need to leave behind that they don't have your back? All right. Could that be? But the 10 is talking about something's coming to an end. This whole situation is coming to an end. And if you want to, one of the things you might be doing is dragging a bunch of old crap around that you don't need to hang on to anymore. Okay. This is very important to understand. Ascension, this is I'm letting go of the old me. I'm dead and letting my new self come to the surface. That means the new self doesn't carry the old thoughts, the old chains, the old ideas around with it. We've got to let the cycle of what our mental part of our brain keeps telling us, we've got to let that close. We've got to let that go and start coming up with a new way of thinking about things, and maybe not dragging past trauma all throughout this. Yeah, we got the 10 of coins. Here we go. The 10 of coins. Again, a 10. Look at the 10s. This is all 20. 2 10s. What I'm looking at here. Even then, 10, 10 next to each other. We've got the 10 of coins, the 10 of swords. All of this is coming to an end. Some things are changing. And if you want to make this change, you've got to make sure, okay, you can achieve it. And this is letting you know you can achieve this change. But there are things you need to let go of, and you've got to allow a certain cycle to come to an end. All right? Wow. Bangering. I'd love to go into more detail on that. If you want to reach out to me, links in the description below on my link tree. Click on it. You can set something up. Be glad to talk to you. Let me know what's happening. Okay? Bangering. All right. Toys and Tarot in the house. Glad to see you. Hold on. I hope everything's been going well for you. And we will find out what's going on, what's shaking here. All right. I had a dream. I swear I was standing in a line. All right. And I got a tap on my shoulder. I swear this little curly haired lady was a spirit guide introducing herself. That very well could be. Okay. That very well could be. So, and that's how some of that happens. Sometimes we see their faces, sometimes we don't. And this is somebody letting them know do not be surprised what I'm picking up here is that if you hear some new noises around the house or you hear different ideas or different things coming through, this lady is here, from what I can tell, to make sure you've got new communication, new ways of thinking, and to help you through something you're trying to go through. Okay. If that makes sense, it's another person coming in to look out for you that might have a better communication than some of the others. We have spirit guides come and go in our life. We have one or two that are here, they stay, we're assigned, but many come and go and leave and come in. They turn things over, they go out and seek somebody else for us. All right. And those type of things. So let's see what we've got here. I'll pull a couple of cards. All right. You know, I swear this little curly haired lady was a spirit guide introducing herself. You know, first off, I'm going to bring out a pendulum, and we are going to ask that, especially since you did not recognize her. Okay. This wasn't somebody or anything. From what I'm gathering in this read, you did not recognize her. We're going to go here. Hello, pendulum. Will you work with me? Oh, yeah, a lot more active. There we go. Okay. Pendulum. This person that Toys and Tarot was talking about, was this a guide introducing herself? Man, this stayed straight on, and you got it. Listen to that intuition of yours. You know it's strong. You know what to do. So now, what you need to do, one of the things is get up with you. I'm going to give you a meditation, some things you can do about how to meet and talk with your spirit guides. Okay. They might tell you the name, they might not. This lady sounds pretty friendly, pretty upfront, and I'm glad she came in. I am getting a G name, something beginning with a G. All of a sudden, I can't give you like, it's almost like an angelic name, but at the same point, I'm getting like Gladys, Gloria, you know, Galinda. That's what I'm saying. It's in something of that nature. Do more research and find out if that's not true. What does David need to know about this guide? What does he need to know about this dream? And let's find out. So right out of the gate, wow, looky here. Okay. I'm going to pull this down. Or I thought I was. Gilliam, pull that statement down. You know, we have the Empress right out of the gate. So is there something, Gillian, can you take that comment away? You took it away from where I could. Okay. Thank you. This is, I really feel like you're trying to start something, you're trying to create something new, and this person is here to help you get on the right track and create something absolutely beautiful. Going to give you some new ideas and new ways of thinking. They're going to speak to your heart, and you're going to be open up. Have you asked for clarity? And if you have, this very well could be linked to that clarity, and that's what I'm picking up. I'm picking that up very strong right now. And, you know, it's just coming to me. The Knight of Swords. Here we are back with our knight. Okay. Taking charge, taking control. But you notice in this deck, this knight is not on a horse. He's standing still. He's observing. He's analyzing, knowing what to do. So he's not just blindly running in and taking off and running over everything. He is actually coming up with a strategy. And what I'm really feeling, this G word is going to help you come up with a strategy to help you create this wonderful thing that you're trying to do. She's going to, Page of Wands is here. She's going to be the one that's helping you find your way through how to do this. Let me know if this makes sense to you. Put it in there. Gillian, if it comes up where any of this is being validated or whatnot, let me know. I'd love to see it. This is something where we're studying the Page of Wands. It has this desire and this passion to blaze a trail, to go someplace, to do something. And they may not have been in this before or whatnot, but they're doing this from the right spot in the right place. Get passionate. But at the same point, the brain is coming in and going, we got to do this right. And I believe if I'm really picking up what Spirit's giving me, you have asked for direction in this. Okay. So that's where this lady is coming in at. We have the 10 of Cups. All right. We have the 10 of Cups here that is there to talk about certain things coming to an end. You're going to be able to achieve some great things. You're going to be able to do this emotionally and happy, but you're also going to need the help of these people, these guides, and these different things. What I'm being told is she is not going to be the last. Okay. There's going to be more. You may have gone through a different change or something's happening, but this is the help you've asked for and it's coming. All right. So be ready for things to change. Now, we have the King of Wands, David. You have to remember, you are in charge. Okay. Listen to this. And a lot of times we get so stuck on, I don't know what my spirit guide's telling me. We forget to move. Use that instinct, use that gut. And this is the thing. This is your dream, your will. You get to build it and drive it any way you want to. And that's what's going on. Okay. And I really feel that this woman is one of the guides to help you achieve success in this thing that you're trying to do that's going to make your heart happy. All right. Wow. Bang right. Let me know. Okay. Inquiring minds want to know. All right. So what's happening? Julianne, spiritual alchemy energy. All right. Let's see what's happening. I see you there. I like to put my cards back in different spots. So if they come up again, we know Spirit had an intention for that. So that's what I'm doing. So welcome, everybody. Bangering. Glad to see everybody here and see what's shaking. So let's find out. Oh, I'm going to pour myself a little more coffee. Take a minute to breathe so I can concentrate on Julianne. I still got David wrapping around in my head. All right. But Taros for Tots, great. I'm just telling you, there's somebody here that's coming in to help you. Okay. Let me know. Julianne. All right. Let's see what's happening. Question. May I have a general message from my spirit guides, please? Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's do this. All right. So I'll bring this over here. Julianne wants messages from her spirit guides. And Julianne, could it be you're getting, I feel like you've been asking and you're getting a jumbled thoughts and you can't tell what's true and what's not. Let me know if that's the case or what's going on. You're having a hard time interpreting what you're thinking and what the messages are. And some of this is going to be very important that you start learning to be calm, listen, and get that mindfulness going so you can hear when things are coming. All right. So let's take a look. First card out of the deck, the 7 of Wands. Now, we know the wands are spiritual. They're fire. They're that what you're wanting to do, drive. You know what? Hold your ground. The 7 of Wands is talking about you can be fertile. You can move forward. You can be wealthy. These are things you want to do, okay? But I feel like you might be being weighed down by what somebody else is thinking. This does not mean go on the tack. This is telling you you have to live your life. You got to do your way, your thing, and make sure that you understand you got to do this. Stand your ground, okay? Don't let other people push you around, all right? Not even if they don't mean to, okay? Is that making sense? That's really what I'm getting here is that, yeah, and I'm getting some figure spinning around or whatnot. You know, so the guides are telling you, stand tough. You've got this. You know what you're doing in your life and make sure you have your own self-esteem about you to understand. You're overthinking things completely way too much. It's the second time we've seen this card tonight. Chill. 4 of Swords. You're fighting battles mentally that are a waste of time and they're a waste of your energy. You need to let them go. Let this go. Keep moving forward, all right? Maybe you're being a little too defensive. It was okay to stand up for yourself, but now you're being so defensive where you stopped moving forward, okay? All of this is coming to me. It's like swooping down. Wow, okay? So what I want you to understand here is that it is possible that you got to just chill out and let some things roll. All right. You're not going to make everybody happy. And ultimately, if you will do that, look at who we have visiting again. This is why I separate cards out. And we've had this card 2 or 3 times tonight. All right. If you want to create something beautiful, you got to remember it's your creation, it's your life. What do you want to do with it? Where do you want to go? Okay. And you know what you're doing with your life. You know, I had a boy of mine come to me one time years ago. He's in college and he's like, Dad, I could do this and make tons of money, or I could do this. My answer to him, my answer to him was, which one makes you happy? And he said, the one that doesn't pay. You know what? It's not about pay. It's not about money, because the money is short. The money is not there. But if you're doing something you love, and I firmly believe this, if you're doing something that's truly a fire in your heart, that you can get up and go to work and be happy doing that job every day, half of life's battle is over for you. And I feel this way for you, Julianne, that you need to realize you can create and do something. Don't let people have their own thoughts. It's okay. But you need to do what you need to do. Give your brain a rest. Let it all go. Okay? Let me know what's going on. All right. Bangerang. Okay, here we go. You know, back Hogwitch. I love the cups floating kind of menacingly in the air. I'm sure they're not menacing, but I'd be intimidated by 10 floating cups. Yeah, they're more signifying the cups. What's going on is the people have reached their summit, okay? And they're looking out over the mountain valley, and they just mark the 10 of cups with 10 cups. Well, a lot of cards do, but I'm glad that this deck leaves in, they don't just use the 10 cups. What they're saying is they have reached their peak. They've reached their zenith. Things are fixing to change. My wife would call this one of the Hollywood ending cards. Ta-da, we're getting there. Things about to do this. That doesn't mean we're done with life and things. Now we're going to start on the next trick, the next travel, the next chapter, whatever it is. So that's what that 10 of cups is talking about. But good pickup, good thing to see. And yeah, they're not menacing at all. Okay. You know, sometimes we can, when something comes to an end, this is coming to me right now. As things come to an end, we can be scared because we don't know where to turn. We're like, well, what's next? I don't want to start over another huge battle or another huge journey. It may not be huge, all right? But that's life. That's us moving on, carrying on, getting cycles, things done. This cycle is coming to an end. And you know what? Some things are going to be happy. You're able to manifest some things that you want to do. Now the world is yours. Where do you want to go next? You know, that's what's going on. Okay. And let's find out. So if you got any other questions, let me know. I'd love to hear more, and see what's happening. Check in with me and we'll see what's going on in and around, hog witching. I love it. Thank you very, very much. All right, Gillian, you can kill that one too. All right. Let's see where we're at here. So many people going on, and let's see. Oh, Donna, I totally understand this. Thank you. Great message. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Those are what I need to know. So I know if I was on the right track or not or whatnot. It helps me. I'm going to tell you what I feel regardless, because I feel like Spirit's giving it to me, but it helps me know that I'm in connection and things are going, so let's see what's happening. So, all right. So many people, so many things. All right. Looks like that might be it. Oh, we got another one coming in. Julianne, thank you very much. Going to let some things go. Okay. Overthinking things. That's huge. Very accurate. And man, I'm right there with you. We'll partner up. That's one of those things. Man, I can think something into the ground. And once I get to overthinking it too much, holy crow, things just fall apart. All right. I get to a screeching halt. I let my mind get so wrapped up, I can't make progress. And I have to wipe the slate clean. My wife and I have started different projects, different things. And once things start coming at me too much, I'm a 5. I'm a life path of a 5. Conflict, things like that. I like things in order. I like to know where things. I need all my information so I can make a decision, and then I can move on. And I don't have a problem with last minute stuff. But when it never comes in, or something comes in, oh, by the way, or this new data comes in, after a while, I'm like, scratch it. It's not worth what's going on to my energy, to see what's happening. So, Julianne, let's ask another quick question here. What's the best action for you to take? I'm asking for an action card. Where do you need to focus? What's going on? Because I know you want to get there. And it's easy to say, I'm going to stop overthinking it. It's hard to do. It's become a habit. So I want you to breathe in, all right? And the next time you got it, when you second guess yourself, say, what was my first gut? Okay. And then is this me, the second voice that spoke, is that me saying I'm second guessing myself? If it's not, if it's a word of caution, then you got to listen, but you got to follow that instinct. But that's what's keeping you from moving forward, is because we get so over analytical, we don't take the next step. We don't do anything, and we become stagnant. We become stale. You know what I've got here for you real quick, Julianne? Wow, everything mixed up right back here. You have to do what's right for you. All right? Emotions are allowed to be, you can't think things to death. All right? Well, you can, but that was the key way of saying it. You're going to think things to death. Where things, what's going on? What's happening? We catastrophize. We don't trust, or things like that. And a lot of times, sometimes we don't trust us. We don't trust other people. Remember, it's okay to do some things to make you happy. All right? That's okay. It doesn't always have to be about somebody else. All right? So keep that in mind. All right? Wow. Bangarang. Okay, there we go. Now, let's see what's happening. Miss Deborah. All right. Let's see what's happening for Miss Deborah tonight. Wow. Okay, let's see what's going on. Deborah Robbins. May I have a message from Spirit, please? You absolutely can. All right. All right, here we go. Let's see what's happening. All right. Deborah needs a message from Spirit. I'm going to bring this up, find out what's happening. Boom. Another cut. We're going to cut it this way. We're going to find out what's going on. Deborah, here's your message. This is the ultimate self-care card. This is that Queen of Coins. Now, just like I was talking about with Julianne, she needs to take care of herself emotionally. You need to take care of yourself in this physical world. It's time to splurge on you. All right? Let some focus come to you. Take the monkey off your back. All right? Put it aside and spend some quality time. This would be the card where I would say, go get the mani-pedi. Buy something nice for yourself. Do whatever it is you want to do. Okay? Because we've got this whole world going on. All right? And now it's time to seclude yourself a little bit. Okay? This is about you stepping away from everything and taking time to remember to do what you do and to take care of yourself. This is a physical need. The other was an emotional need. This is actually here. There's something physical you need. You need to remember it's okay. Take care of yourself. Holy crow. Yeah. If you start taking care of yourself and stop worrying so much about other people, and I know you're good at some of this, but sometimes we get a little too carried away, happiness, joy, things like this. It's going to, they both work together. Look at how this is. 2 queens, 2 of that very, very feminine spirit, nurturing, protecting. And look at the Queen of Coins where she's touching herself. Okay. I have to remember me. Okay. I want you to say, and I've never said that about this card before, So that's one of those things where artwork speaks. It's okay to remember to focus on you sometimes. All right. Look here. Sweetie, I don't know if you need a spiritual 2x4 to whack you in the head. Okay. But now we're at the Queen of Wands. Taking care of yourself is all about, it's all of them coming together. It's all of these aspects that you've been given. It's time to nurture your emotional state. It's time to nurture your physical state. And it's time to nurture your spiritual state. They're all coming together because once you get one in line, the others will start falling. And this is all about an alignment for you and remembering, take care of you, all right? And to take care of yourself in all aspects of life. You know, we have the Two of Coins. You feel like you're juggling everything all the time in the real world or whatnot. And sometimes you're juggling between the spiritual and the real world. Guess what? It's all right. Let it go. Okay? It's time to sit back, stop worrying about, look at all the boats in the water. It's what I see here. Okay? A lot of different boats in the water. We have, this is coins, but man, she's juggling everything. We even have a jellyfish up here. Things that are coming along that all have to do with our emotions. Okay? And you've got to kick back and understand this is about coming to terms with that juggling act, coming to terms with the spiritual world and the real world, and taking care of you too. You cannot keep doing this for everybody else. All right? Does that make sense? Bang right. Let me know what's happening. All right. You know, let's see what's going on. So everybody's in. I think, wow, did we finally hit it? Is that it? Is there any more before we call this a day? We'll see what's happening. Let's see what's going on. And that looks like it. So what we're going to do here real quick, I'm going to give you 3 cards for the community, for the tribe. We're going to find out what's happening. Spirit, what do you want the tribe to know? Anybody that's listening to this video, where would you like them to focus for the rest of the month? Is there something collective we can do as the collective? What would you like for us to do? Okay. Where do you want us to focus? What do you want things to be right now? How can we make things better in each of our lives? All right. That's just that important. All right. And a lot of times that's what we're looking for. So the first card, the world card. Folks, wow. I can even hear Cynthia sitting back going, holy crap. Rise above. Look at what's happening. Spirit is telling you right now, I've given you the world. Everything there is for you. It's there for your need. I want you to focus and not start going, oh, I wish I could, but I already am. All right. We're there. I'm achieving. Will I ever achieve? Get rid of that thought process. Okay. Make sure you're looking at this. All right. And you're going, wow, I have my intuition. I have my gut instinct, you know, and that's one of the, Cynthia, I felt that come through so hard. That was crazy, you know, but so is this card for that. Spirit lets you know the world is yours. Okay. Stop fighting like it isn't. Okay. It's yours. What are you going to make of it? You know, we have the 9 of Wands. A lot of people are feeling beat up. I'm tired of the fighting. I don't want anything to do. We got another fight left in you. What Spirit is saying here is you can't quit. Okay. Quitting's not part of achieving. All right. It is not part of achieving anything, is quitting. A real warrior takes a knee, catches their breath, then they get up on, because where you're at, if you quit, you're quitting just before you actually manifest this strong, beautiful images thing of what you're trying to do. Okay. And then finally, 6 of Cups. All right. Memories, victory, having this, go back and remember. It's all right to remember and to reminisce about when times were different and things were different, and to hold on and bring some of that back into your life. some of that joy, some of that warmth, some of that happiness. Bring that back in, and this is where you will find victory. You can't live in your childhood, all right? But you can sure remember great parts of it, all right? Or remember different aspects of your life if it's not from childhood, when things were good, when things were happy at Christmas, where you were like, this is good, you know, this is what's happening. So that's where we're at. And then we're right back to that two of coins. We're all moving too fast. All right. Everybody's trying to figure it out. We're working spirit. I want to do this. I want to do that. And guess what? It's that partnership. And it's saying it's time to slow down. It's time to slow down. How many of you, I challenge you, are taking your time in the morning to get up, have a cup of coffee, grab your cards? Well, Rob, I got to get to work. Then get up 20 minutes early. Okay. And spend some time with spirit. If we don't set our own body clock and engine to the way, you know, I'm getting this picture, and I saw Mr. Bruce peeking in. He can tell you from he's a Corvette man, okay? But street racing, all right? Those cars, and I'm talking about street racing on the street, not at a track, okay? Cars are set up to run differently for whatever task they want to complete. Our body is no different. And if we're not getting up and doing a tune-up every day, if we're not warming our engine up, our spiritual engine, our light, if we're not rekindling that magic every day, how do you expect to get through the day without feeling wiped out, tired, or feeling lost? Take this time. I know it's there and you can be there, okay? But if you start that day early with knowing what's going on and then giving a little bit of thanks in the evening, I don't care if you just lay down and as you lay your head down, say, thank you for everything you've done, okay? That's what Spirit's trying to say, all right? So that's something huge for everybody. I want everybody to understand that Spirit is telling us this. You know what? So right now, I'm planning on seeing everybody on Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, Eyes of the Dragonfly. Let's see what's happening there. Topic to come. We might talk about dreams, since dreams came up so much tonight. Maybe we will talk about dreams. I got to talk to Bridget, find out for sure. We've both been running so crazy. All right. But this is one of those things where, yes, we have things coming, things working. Got a video that was turned in and was supposed to be posted. It's not up yet. I'm waiting. So we'll see what's happening and find out, but it should be coming out shortly. So make sure you're hitting the bell on the button so the pre-recorded videos come out. You get notified that they're there. All right, everybody. Well, wow. Thank you all for being here. Remember, take what you want. Leave what you don't, but leave having experienced some peace, love, and light. Bang around.